Welcome to Basketball Talk Pro, and I'm Ron Ekker. I want to go over some of the details now about our webinar on Saturday morning. First of all, it's 11 a.m. At Eastern Standard Time. You have to kind of back off if you're in a different time zone, but that's 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. It'll be live. You should have all got a number or a little combination that you can click on to register for that webinar. And if you can't make it, register anyway, because then you'd be able to get back on at any time you want to and see the whole thing, because the whole thing will be recorded, so you won't miss anything. But if you don't register, you can't look at that recording. It's just the way that this is set up, the company that we work with. But I think it's important. It'll be almost an hour long. It's pretty intense effort, and but I'm hoping that it can help you guys. First of all, I think it's we're in a situation right now where statistics are becoming a big thing, and that affects your job security and your ability to get a job. And so I'm hoping that you will take it seriously. What is happening, as I see it, and I've seen it for a long time because I've been involved with it a long time, because I've always been interested in measuring things in basketball from facts rather than what people think they see. But basically what our gap is that we've got statisticians over here that know a lot about statistics but nothing about basketball, and they got coaches over here who know a lot about coaching but nothing about statistics. And that gap just creates some problems in communication. And I'm hoping that we can shorten that gap a little bit by what we are trying to do with this webinar. You get an awful lot of statistical things in this Basketball Talk Pro that we meet 3-4 times a week, because we show you a lot of situations and try to expose you to that kind of thing, because not only does it help you get a job, it can help you keep a job, and it can help you win. Now, there's so many variables in winning that you can't point to any one thing. But one thing I can assure you of, by understanding and being willing to work with statistical information, you'll be better prepared for a game. You'll be better prepared to evaluate your opponents. You'll have a way of measuring your own performance. Any business has a profit and loss statement, and they can tell you from that where you need to improve, what's weak, and gives you the information to make decisions. That's how businesses do it. We have to do the same thing in our profession. So please register, make every effort you can to be involved. We're putting a lot of work into it. It's not an easy thing from this end, but if we can help you, that's all that counts. That's what we're here for. And today I want to take up something that I think is a little bit overlooked, and that is blocking shots, shot blocking. It's a statistic on the box score, but I don't know how much attention people pay to it. Now, I'll tell you, when Bill Russell was playing, it wasn't overlooked because he dominated games with it. And I think there's some players in the NBA right now and in college that are capable of doing the same thing. And I just think that we need to take a look at it, just like we took a look at deflections. Try to find out what is significant, how much effect does it have, so we can gauge our practices, our players, and the games. I really believe that shot blocking can be developed. I've worked with it a lot, and I just think that hardly anybody really practices it or works on it. If you do work on it, it can be developed. And don't take the position that because you're short or you don't have a big guy, your guards can't block shots. They can. But they have to be aware of it. They have to want to try to do it. Awareness goes a long way, and being confident that you can do it and try it at least, because even if you don't block, it's a good contest at the worst. But I think I remember all of you saw this because they played it over and over again when Prince blocked that shot on the layup in the Detroit, Indiana series. It wasn't that outstanding a block shot, but what was outstanding is where he came from. That looked like it was going to be an easy layup, and he came out of nowhere, but he tried, had he just, most guys would have given up on that and just trotted down there. He really made an effort, and he got a very key block that helped them to go on and win, and I think to kind of turn that series. So I'd like to take a look at the effectiveness of blocking shots, and then I can't do it in this session, but in the next session I will show you how you might help your team develop, developing players to do it, and I'll even show you a drill that you can use and that we have used a lot and has been pretty effective for us. But now let's take a factual look at what shot blocking can do for your defense. Okay, this is this little chart that I made up to show you how effective free block shots can be in a game, and what it does to your opponents. So here on the top line indicates the number of block shots in that game, starting with 0 when they don't block a shot, up to 12 where they block 12 shots in the game. You have to remember that every block shot is counted as a field goal attempt, a missed field goal attempt. So here they have 60 shots, no block shots. They make 29, then you're shooting 48%. That number is important to remember. But let's say they block 2 shots in that game. Well, now they only have 58 shots that actually make it to the basket. 2 are already a miss. So now, in order to score 29 points, they have to shoot 50% on those 58 shots that are remaining. Let's move over here. 4 block shots means that only 56 shots get up to the basket. So they have 56 shots left to make 29 points. They have to shoot 52% now, much higher on those 56 shots. Now I blued out this column because I really believe that you should be able to shoot and you should be able to, I'm sorry, should be able to get 6 block shots. At least it's a goal that you should work for. Well, if you block 6 shots, that means you only have 54 to score any points on. So if you're going to score 29 baskets in 54 shots, you have to shoot 54%. That's high level shooting. You can take that all the way out to 12 block shots, and they'd have to shoot 60% on 48 shots. This is hard to get, of course. It happens very seldom, but it does happen at that number. So you can see how much better you're making your opponents have to shoot in order to score the same amount of baskets. Now let's assume that we're talking about all 2-point baskets just to make it easier for this discussion. So it has another effect that you need to look at. Let's say they have 2 block shots and they only shoot 48% because that's what they're doing here. And it's on 2s. So now they only score 28 baskets out of 60 shot attempts. If they shoot 48% after 4 blocks on 56 shots, if they really have any hope for getting in, they only score 27 baskets. And so on. Now look at 6, which is kind of our median, where I think that you should be able to average that in a season. Now, if they shoot 48%, which obviously that's what they are, because they when they didn't have any block shots, that's what they shot. You shoot 48% out of 54, you only make 26 baskets. So now you're talking 12 points. And I mean, I'm sorry, 6 points. 6 points, I'm sorry. And then you can take that out to here. You'd have to shoot, you'd only get 23 baskets if you're shooting 48% against 40 on 48 baskets. So here's the points that they would score if they shot 48%. If no block shots, they'd score 58 points. 2 block shots, they'd score 56 points. 4 block shots, they'd only score 54 points. 6 block shots, they'd only score 52 points on those 60 shot attempts. That's 6 baskets, 6 points less. That'll win you a lot of games, and it makes a big difference on your defensive work in that game. And of course, taking it all the way out, they would only score 46 baskets or points, 46 points with 12 block shots on the same 60 shots. This would bring their percentage down. If they shot 58 shots and only at 48% only scored 28, their percentage, total percentage, because it's counted against 60 shots, is 46%. 4 block shots, they shoot 45%. 6 block shots, they're on the box score, they would shoot 43%. You can see these are big numbers, and if you continued that game after game, that difference, you're going to win a lot of games. So shot blocking has a very strong effect on your defense, and I just think that we're overlooking something when we don't make this a strong part of our defense. So we'll go on with this in a little bit and talk a little bit more about it. And then, of course, I want to show you. I told you I'd show you a drill that we used, and it seemed to be pretty effective. Well, that should show you what increasing your block shots can do to your defense. And again, don't be discouraged. You don't have a Dwight Howard or a big guy that is agile, that can block shots. Your whole team can block shots. Just think of it that way. It isn't one guy, but it's everybody working on that and improving the numbers, because it has a big effect on your defense. And it has another effect on your offense. You're increasing your defensive rebounds. When you increase your defensive rebounds, you increase your fast break opportunities, and you increase your transition opportunities, and those two areas are where you get most of your uncontested shots that make a lot of difference in your offensive output as well. So it has a snowballing effect, and I think that's what coaching is about. All these things, we have a very simple game, but there's still a lot of things that enter into winning. You can't overlook some of these things. We're talking about deflections. I'm going to show you next week the effect of deflections. We did it right here with us, a little study. And but that's what you have to do as a coach, is you got to pull all that together. You got to put all these things in the team. It's a teamwork. And don't think in terms of one player or two players. Think in terms of your team. Get them all to do these things. Get them all to be aware of all the things that can take place. Well, next time I'm going to show you some things on this area, but I am going to, the next time will be after the webinar, because it takes a lot of work to do this webinar, and so I want to, and plus for you it would be an extra session time-wise. So I won't do the next segment on Basketball Talk Pro until after the webinar. I hope that a lot of you will take an interest in this webinar and get involved. You know, this is just like any profession. You have to constantly improve, and you can't do that you know, playing games on your phone or your whatever, the things they have, or watching TV. What improves your profession and your career is constant work and learning, and trying to take in as much as you can to impart it to your team. So we'll see you at the webinar, and we'll talk some more shot blocking in the next segment. Thank you.